Well, hey everyone, Jay Whitner here with Crowdfunding Coverage, our monthly overview of what happens in the crowdfunding universe, brought to you by Kickstarter Coaching and the Space Finance Group. Today we're going to be talking about September of 2016. In September, we had 4 major campaigns that got funded, campaigns of $825,000 or more. These big campaigns brought in about $12 million. The biggest of the campaigns was the Everyday Backpack, Tote, and Sling that raised $6.6 million, and we'll certainly talk about that one. But first, the news. We had some news from Kickstarter that they are broadening their footprint a bit in terms of where projects can be initiated from. In the early days of Kickstarter, it's a US-based company, and they were focused on all English-speaking markets, which they've gradually been expanding. The most recent is the addition of Hong Kong and Singapore. Hong Kong was doing quite a bit of business on the platform through incorporating a little subsidiary here in the US to do that kind of thing, or opening a branch office in the US. But now you're going to be able to launch campaigns from entities that are domiciled in Hong Kong and Singapore. Indiegogo is in the news. They're putting together a marketing workbook to help creators. This is basically a how-to promote your campaign, and it's one of the biggest challenges of having a successful campaign is how to get the word out about what you're doing. Indiegogo certainly has as much experience at this as anyone, so hopefully their campaign marketing workbook will be of great help to a lot of creators. Indiegogo has also decided to launch what they're calling their After Dark collection. This is for racy crowdfunding campaigns with sex-oriented stuff in them. So they're sort of putting all that stuff together and calling it their After Dark collection. Kickstarter is putting together something they're calling the Creative Independence. And this is going to be a daily article written by creatives for creatives to help people get insights into the creative process, how other people are inspired and create new things. So each day, I think it's each weekday, pardon me, there'll be a new article about the creative process, which will be quite interesting for the community. Indiegogo has also put together sort of an assemblage of different entities to help explain to startups what their fundraising options are. They're calling it Startup Fundraising 101, and certainly crowdfunding will be one of the things they'll talk about, but it sounds like they're going to be talking about a much broader array of funding sources for the startup. So this will be an interesting resource for the community, and we'll see how that develops over time. But into our 4 big campaigns of the month. They ranged in size from about $1 million to about $6.5 million. The lengths of the videos, which is a big determinant of success, range from 1 minute 43 to 4 minutes 52. I normally think of 2 to 3 minutes as being the ideal duration. In terms of the campaign lengths, for a long time the accepted wisdom has been roughly 30 days, but we saw longer than that in this set of big campaigns, 45 days and up. So it may be that if you think you really are up for $1 million plus campaign, maybe a little bit more time is appropriate for it. In the reward levels, we saw a range of 7 rewards up to 16. So 16 may be a little bit on the high end, but certainly 7 to 16 is a reasonable range for the rewards. We didn't have any of these wild 50 campaign reward kind of campaigns. And everybody was good in their updates. I usually recommend 1 to 2 updates every week during a campaign, with 2 a week being optimal if you have the time to do so. So the campaigns that really were big this month. The first one is the Face Cradle Travel Pillow. I'm sure everyone watching this has been on a long plane flight at one time or another when they wanted to sleep and weren't able to do so. So this is a sleeping device that's far advanced over like those collar pillow things that you see people using. That's sort of the base configuration, but there's like a half a dozen different ways that you can use this thing to get to sleep on an airplane or a train or a bus or whatever. So some of the things they did in their campaign that you might consider implementing in your own, they use supplemental videos. Don't forget, pretty much every campaign of any size has a video, but you're not limited to one. If you need 2 or 3 or 4 videos to really express everything, go ahead and do that. It's much better than making your primary video too long. Their product had a lot of endorsements. Lots of people saying how great it was. If your product is developed enough that you've shown it to enough people that they've tested it out and they're raving about it, that's like one of the best things you could possibly put in your campaign. So if your development timeline supports it, get those endorsements. It's solid gold if you can get them. Also, they had a special reward category for sort of going to the front of the line and being shipped first. Presumably this is for people that have big trips coming and they're trying to get the thing as fast as they can. So good job. The Face Cradle Travel Pillow pulled in a lot of money. Also in the travel venue, they had a campaign called the Nomadic Travel Bag. And this is a bag really carefully designed with lots of different compartments for different functions and different benefits. And they raised a lot of money with their campaign. Some of the things that they did were they used those GIFs, the mini videos, really well. And those helped to illustrate, pockets opening and closing and different ways to use the different pieces of this travel bag that they have. They also had a separate press kit section. This is a good idea if you're really trying to get heavy press engagement in your campaign, to have an area where there's high-res photographs and other things the press might need in particular. Lump all those together, like with a link to where the press can easily find the materials they need to showcase your campaign. Help them out. They're working for you. Another thing they did in this campaign that was a little bit different is there's a lot of accessories that you could purchase to use with this bag, that in their campaign they're saying that these things will be made available after the campaign. Mostly I see these things presented during the campaign as an add-on. This is another way to handle it, to defer it all to after the campaign. But congrats to them, a big successful campaign. Next we have the OmniCharge. We've all seen these little portable power banks to recharge your smartphone and so forth. If you're, out in the world and you don't have access to power, you're camping or wherever you might be, this could be a problem. This has the traditional USB kind of hookups to get power from, and also you can just plug a regular plug into the side of this thing and get power. So this is, I guess, part of the age that we live in with all these portable electronics. Extra portable power is a great thing to have. So what was interesting about the way they did their campaign? Again, these people had a supplemental video to explain more features. This is a great way to avoid your primary video being too long. In a product like this, there's a lot of technical aspects of it. How much is the charge, how long does it last, and what kind of plugs are compatible, and this kind of thing. So in this campaign, they had a very extensive tech specs area to really show and answer questions about how many times you can recharge your iPhone and other things. So they were very explicit about their product and the details. Another thing they did is they had their product in 2 models, which is certainly an advantage. It traditionally would give you 2 price points, 2 different sets of features, and fundamentally giving a choice to your backers, which is generally always in your interest if you can do it without breaking the bank. So these people had 2 different products. And the last campaign we're going to talk about today was the Everyday Backpack, Tote, and Sling. This was kind of interesting in that they are offering 4 different products in one campaign. They had 2 different sizes of backpacks and the tote and the sling. So in one campaign, they're giving a wide variety of choice to the backers, which is obviously a great thing to do. Not only a choice of the products, but each product was available in 2 different colors in a wide variety of price points. From the smallest product in the campaign that was $29 to the biggest individual product, which was $229, and then they also had packages, all the different products together in one for still more. So really encompassing more or less any amount that a person might be interested in investing in this thing, they could support it. They also had add-ons, so you pick something and you add extra things to it, and they did it in a way that a lot of folks do. They identified a unique price for each add-on so that they could tell from the order easily what the people wanted without going through another process. And lastly, they had 1% for the planet. This means that they're going to donate 1% of the revenues of the campaign to environmental causes. This is a great thing. It doesn't cost you too much. It looks really good, and it helps the planet, which is a very good thing. That's it for crowdfunding coverage for September of 2016. Feel free to visit us at Kickstarter Coaching or the Space Finance Group if you're interested in learning about doing a campaign of your own. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you later on, and we'll talk about what's going on in October. Have a great day.